Hello and welcome to CKE 10,000's gaming channel. In this video we're looking at my Weiss Schwarz Persona 3 Reload deck profile. It's using the door choice combos. We'll start off the deck profile by looking at the level 0s. So I'm running 3 copies of the level 0 Akihiko. Reload continuous. During your turn this card gets plus 1000 power. And when this card is put into your waiting room from a stage, you can look at up to 3 cards from top of your deck, choose up to 1 climax from among them, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, put the rest of the cards into your waiting room. If you put 1 card in your hand, you can choose 1 card in your hand. Yeah, you choose 1 card in your hand and put it into your waiting room. So if you add a climax, you have to discard a card. So 3 of those. 3 copies of the Fuka and Lucia Reload Brainstormer. When you play a climax card, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back on top of your deck in any order, and it's a Brainstormer that salvages. So at 3, 4 copies of Mitsuru Reload level 0. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can choose 1 character in your opponent's backstage with level higher than your opponent's level, and that character cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. And the second effect is the Rico effect. Then 4 copies of Protagonist Battle Ready. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a reload magic or weapon character. If you do, draw a card. And the second effect is the Riki effect. Then I'm running 2 copies of the Yukari Climax Swamper. Then 2 level 0 1-0s. 1 copy of Ken Amada Justice Arcana. On play, you can pay 1, take a hit, and salvage a reload magic or weapon character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. And the second effect is on play, you can pay 2 stock to bounce one of your opponent's characters. And one copy of Aegis Chariot Arcana. If this card is in the middle position of your center stage, it gets an extra 1 soul. And on play, you can pay 1, pitch a card, search your deck for a character. And for level 1, we're running 4 copies of Junpei Yori, member number 5, which is your level 1 class combo. When this card is placed on stage, if you have another reload magic or weapon character, this card gets 2000 power until end turn. The climax combo is when this card attacks. If that's the game, is in your climax area, and you have 2 or more other characters, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room, choose up to 1 level X or lower reload magic or weapon character in your waiting room, and return it to your hand. If X is 2 or higher, this gets an extra soul until end turn. X equals to the total level of cards put into your waiting room by this card's effect. Then I'm running 4 copies of Protagonist and Orpheus Reload. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a character. If you do, you can draw a card. And the climax combo is during your climax phase, when Done and Dusted is placed in your climax area, you can pay the cost, which is put this standing card into your memory. If you do, choose up to 1 Protagonist and Thanatos Reload in your hand and put it on the stage position that this card was in. Then I'm running 2 copies of Protagonist Final Battle. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put the top 3 cards of your deck into your waiting room. If there's a climax amongst those cards, you can choose 1 of level 3 or lower character in your opponent's center stage and put it into your waiting room. When this card becomes reversed, if the level of this card's battle point is higher than your opponent's level, you may put that character into your opponent's stock, and if you do, put the bottom card of your opponent's stock into their waiting room. I'm running 2 copies of Veros Mysterious Boy. It continuous assists level 3s by 2000 power, and it can bond to your level 3, which is the Protagonist and Thanatos Reload. And I'm running 2 copies of the Early Play Yukari Reload. You can early play if you have 4 more characters. It gets 1000 power for each character in your opponent's backstage, and it's a stock healer. Then 2 copies of Takaya Strega. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. When this card attacks, you can pay 3, pitch 2. If you do deal 2 damage to your opponent, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's waiting room and put it on top of their deck. So it's your off finisher, but it's also a red card to help get level red into your clock or level to play the Junpeis. Then running 2 one of backups. Shinjiro and Caster Reload, which is your memory kick backup. And 1 copy of the Elizabeth backup, which is your refresh backup. Then 2 copies of the stock wash event, Awaken to Power. Your opponent puts all their stock into their waiting room, puts the same number of cards from the top of your deck in your stock, and then you can choose one reload character, and that character has +5 on power until end of turn. And 4 copies of your protagonist and Thanatos reload. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put the top card of your clock into your waiting room so it heals, and has an auto climax combo when this card attacks. If Done and Dusted is in your climax area and all your characters are reload, you can choose one of the following effects and perform it. Choose up to 1 reload, magic, or weapon character in your waiting room, or up to 1 of your opponent's characters, return it to their respective hands, and then put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into your stock. So that's one choice. And then the second choice is you can discard a reload or magic character or weapon character from your hand. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent. So you can either get resources or try to finish your opponent. And then the last 8 cards are the climax cards, 4 copies of That's the Game for your low 1 combo, and 4 copies of Done and Dusted for your level 2 and level 3 combo. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.